This is none other than Senior Professor R.G. Ariyawansa, Professor Chair of Estate Management and Valuation, Department of Estate Management and Valuation, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. He holds a BSc, MSc, and PhD degrees, all from University of Sri Jayewardenepura, and MSc in Development Planning, London, UK. His wide and growing real estate education portfolio has led to impactful publications in the field of real estate management and valuation, and his academic leadership, outstanding contributions to undergraduate, postgraduate teaching and training, and the construction of an atmosphere of real estate business, venture creations, and innovations, and his national and international profiles in real estate management and valuation are commendable. We are indeed grateful to have you here today with us, sir. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to make a special speech on reflections of smart real estate at this inaugural ceremony of the conference, International Conference of Real Estate Management and Valuation 2021, organized by the Department of State Management and Valuation with several collaborative partners. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme Smart Real Estate was introduced to the conference 5 years ago with a very specific meaning. 5 letters stands for 5 interrelated concepts such as S for sustainability, M for marketability, A for aspirations of society, R for raise of wealth, and T for transforming the economy. The letter T, transforming economy, is the theme that I selected to discuss with you today in this conference. Transformations of economy cannot be achieved independently. Of course, the T depends on 4 other elements. All these smart concepts have been globally recognized as directions of socio-economic development. As real estates are key ingredients for developments, of course, the producing of smart real estates can be identified as the expected role of the real estate sector. I believe that transforming the economy is a key and timely important theme to discuss with you in this conference, especially as Sri Lanka is currently dreaming to be a high-income society. Therefore, I would like to focus my speech on the role of real estate in transforming economy of Sri Lanka, the challenges and issues. The world expects sustainable development. Of course, environment, social, economics are the main aspects or main 3 pillars of sustainable development. Real estate, of course, is the key contributor, and its contribution is very important, significant, crucial to achieve sustainable development. Sustainable natural and built environment, of course, a direct contribution of the real estate sector. Other all areas of sustainable development, real estate sector contribution is very, very important and significant. The Millennium Project, Global Future Studies and Research, has identified 15 challenges, global challenges, all nations. Of course, these are interrelated, interconnected, interdependent variables. Therefore, none of these can be simply or independently explained or achieved or discussed. Sustainable development and climate change, clean water, population and resources, democratization, global foresight and decision-making, global convergence of IT, rich-poor gap, health issues, education and learning, peace and conflicts, a status of women, organized crime, energy, the science and technology, global ethics are those 15 global challenges. You can simply imagine how real estate relates with these all challenges. So that's why there are global challenges, including Sri Lanka, so you and me. And we have a huge contribution to face these challenges. Also, global real estate literature has pointed out several predictions. I here pointed out 6 predictions among the literature. 1, global investable real estates. So that is very important as it expands the sustainability. It ensures the sustainability of real estate sector as well as the developments. So global investable real estate is supposed to have huge expansion opportunities, especially in emerging economies. It is essential to make sure global investable real estate. So Sri Lankan real estate sector should understand what global investable real estate means in order to make the positive economic transformations. Second prediction, as per the literature, is the fast-growing cities is very, very important for global developers. So these cities, it is expected that there are a wide range of risk and return opportunities. So we cannot forget, as we need to transform our economy, the global growing cities, also the regional cities, even Sri Lankan cities. So we have to have clear understanding of trends of these cities. Third one is, again, very important for real estate professionals. It is said that technology innovations and sustainability will be the key drivers of value of real estates. Therefore, those who invest properties, those who are supposed to estimate values of properties should know what will be the key drivers of values. So it is said that technology innovations and the sustainability. Next one is the importance of governments. It is said that collaboration with government is very decisive for real estate development, real estate management, real estate investments. So our real estate stakeholders should understand the significance, the role, the contributions of government in this area, in this sector. Next prediction is about the asset types. It is said that market will have huge demand, a very particular demand for prime assets. So therefore, we should make sure the quality of assets, standard of assets, which is in terms of prime assets. More important prediction is about the risk. Real estate is always associated with various risks. However, it is predicted that environment will generate new risks. So that is very serious. So we cannot predict. So our responsibility, real estate sector partners or the contributors, especially the professionals, responsibilities to predict, to identify what type of risks we will have in order to face the global challenges, national challenges, to reach the expected targets of the nations, so-called sustainable developments. What will happen, the market size and the shape? It is clear, as you know, increase of global population will definitely reshape the real estate market size and the pattern. the places of markets, etc., etc. Current global populations of 7.6 billion will be 8.6 billion in 2030, and it will be 9.8 billion in 2050. So that is the size of global population, total population. Particularly in 2050, the urban population will be increased by 75% in 2030. And in 2010. So more important message is that among the global population, the majority will live in Asia, in our region, where Sri Lanka, or where we are living. That is very important. Therefore, it is predicted that by 2013, this fast growing or rapidly growing global population will need 50% more energy than that we consume today, and 40% more water than that we drink and use today, and 30% more food than that we produce and consume today. More especially, therefore, world need more real estates, housing, workplaces, places for entertainment, places for public works, public places, and all real estates. The amount, volume of real estate is very high because of this population increased. Particularly, therefore, in Asian region, there will be a huge market in real estate sector that will open or generate several opportunities for Sri Lankan real estate sector. Further about some particular aspects of population, you know, global aging population that will be increased by 2.8 annually from 2025 to 2030. That is predictions. And Sri Lankan population circumstances in 2001, population over age 55, 13.19%, which was in 2018, 17.57, a big increase. And along with the population increase, another particular aspect is female population. Throughout the past years, it is clear female population has been increased continuously. And among age population, there's a huge increase in female population. All these female and age population, what happens? Cost of maintenance, cost of healthcare, etc. Particularly in some sectors, female employees are more than male employees. So therefore, real estate producers, real estate developers, real estate sector, property managers, etc. should think appropriate workplaces, appropriate places for leisure, entertainment, health and safety of such population, such employees, equal opportunity, gender equity, which are very debatable in the real estate sector. Another very important concern is middle income population. It is predicted that middle income families will be increased by 180% during 2010 and 2014, which is very related in Sri Lankan situations as well. Among the middle income population, highest population of middle income will live in Asian countries. That is very important for Sri Lankan real estate sector and Sri Lankan market in general. You know, Sri Lanka is currently establishing as a middle income society. Therefore, generally, real estate sector has a large market for middle income family needs. Middle income market means housing, leisure, entertainment, healthcare, safety, transport, traveling, education, and so on. All these are very, very important for real estate sector producers, investors, all the partners, decision makers, etc., etc. Along with the rapid population growth throughout the world, particularly in Asia, Asia will be the fastest growing region for construction industry, as per the predictions, by near future. So therefore, we have to consider what is the impact of growing Asian construction industry in Sri Lanka, what opportunities we will have, what challenges we will have, what responsibilities, what contribution we can do, what advantages we will have. So all Asian countries definitely will have wide opportunities in the field of construction, such as direct investments on properties, land and developments, different types of properties, supply of materials, supply of professional services, supply of labor, skilled labor, non-skilled labor, and all. Property management services, research and development, and so all other opportunities for Sri Lankan real estate sector. So therefore, we have to seriously understand the global trends and Asian trends. So that way we can help to transform our economy. That's the contribution of real estate sector in our economic development. At the same time, so we have to think of impact of real estate on the environment as well. It is predicted that by 2015, for instance, there could be 200 million environmental refugees in the world. That is very alarming, very serious prediction. It relates heavily on Sri Lanka, like a developing country. So we know by our experience, often floods, landslides, and particular case of human-elephant conflicts, of course, which are some of consequences of haphazard real estate development in Sri Lanka, unplanned, improper developments, along with these transformations of economy, targeting high-income society. So we are experiencing this type of negative implications. So throughout the world, it is questioned that how should real estate sector help to transform the economy using sustainable and eco-efficient technologies to reduce the negative impact of real estate on environment. So it is a huge and very important question that real estate sector should answer. So allowing the support for the development, we should minimize the issues as well. So in global demands of real estates are concerned, it is identified that new global demand will not be simply properties, but properties with effective energy, digital operations, environmental friendly features. That means sustainable properties. That's why literature has predicted that technology and sustainability will be key drivers of value. Therefore, our professionals, so you and me, particularly valuers, should understand these global development scenarios. So trends, so what we have missed, what we have done, whether they are appropriate or whether we have reshaped our professional work. So that we have to help to transform the economy of Sri Lanka. What is the policy level readiness of Sri Lanka? Vision 2025 has mentioned that its focus is social market economy. The Vista Prosperity and Splendor, which is the current policy paper, is aiming to achieve sustainable development. In general, Sri Lanka has promised to achieve UN Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Therefore, simply we can understand that Sri Lanka's policy level preparation, so understanding or belief, policy level preparation is somewhat positive. So what is the role of real estate sector in general? Of course, I believe that as Sri Lanka has very limited land, even though we are having very rich, fertile soil and brilliant manpower, and wonderful weather and natural resources, very important location globally. However, we have to make sure the highest and best use of our land. As far as the land-man ratio, so we are having decreasing rate. In 2000, Sri Lanka's land-man ratio is 0.327, which will be in 2037. As predictions, it will be 0.295 because of increase of population. Therefore, real estate sector contribution, of course, is to make sure the highest and best use of Sri Lankan land. So we have to be serious how to get the maximum benefits of each and every inch of national land. What is the capacity of Sri Lankan economy? According to the Global Competitiveness Report, Sri Lanka is in 85th place among 144 countries in the world, which is not a good situation. Of course, it has ranked some key areas which are very related with real estate development. I have a quoted few. For instance, quality of land administration. Sri Lanka's place is 140 out of 144 countries, which is very poor situation. And burden of government regulation. Sri Lanka is 115 among 144 countries. Likewise, these key areas, we are in very, very poor situations. Countries have been evaluated using 12 pillars. So Sri Lanka having very poor ranks for all economic pillars. For instance, product market, Sri Lanka has 129th place, while Singapore is the first place. For infrastructure, Sri Lanka's place is 65, while Singapore is the first place. So macroeconomic stability, Sri Lanka's situation is 112, while Malaysia is the first. Likewise, we can compare our situation with India, Singapore, and Malaysia, the neighboring countries in Asia. So we have to be very serious of our situation. I would like to quote some important debatable public concerns as well. Of course, security of land and property ownership for citizens of the country is always very, very debatable in Sri Lanka. Security of food, water, and air, the basic needs, are still in trouble, not in good positions. Sri Lanka is still struggling to have food, water, and air, basic needs. Proper use of natural resources, whether we are clever in use of natural resources in a proper way is a problematic. Affordable housing for increasing middle-income families, of course, as Sri Lanka is a middle-income country. Are we serious on middle-income housing? Government sector is very supportive for low-income houses. Private sector is focusing high income, who cares middle income. So we have to face a challenge. It is a public concern. Quality and affordable infrastructure is a very big problem. Very big problem. We are very happy about the connections of electricity, water, nearly 100%. However, the quality and affordable, the cost of infrastructure, quality of infrastructure is very poor, very high problems. Increasing disasters, as I mentioned earlier, flood, landslides, human-elephant conflicts, those are very, very problematic situations due to haphazard developments of real estate sector. Productivity of rural land is another pathetic situation. We give more priority to urban developments. So we give low priority for rural developments. Therefore, as still more than 70% of population are living in rural areas. So we have to seriously think of productivity of rural land. Next one is lack of land for housing as well as agriculture. As agriculture-based economy, so we have to provide adequate, proper amount of land for agriculture. That is for our survival. That is a serious problem that we have to seriously solve. Protection and use of natural heritage is also a challenge to Sri Lankans at the moment. We have to make balance how we should use, protect, and market these natural heritages. In general, the construction industry is a huge problem to Sri Lanka, whether it is sustainable or not. And there are many more. However, these are very general situations. In this discussion, I would like to show you a simple process of development model, which is input, process, output, simple model. My more concern is the output. Simple or short-term output of real estate is properties, quality properties. We expect quality properties. However, in medium term, some consequences, what outcomes, the effects of this property, we expect increase of well-being, increase of life standard, quality of life, increase of GDP, etc. If these are not achieved, so output, direct output of real estate process is not meaningful. So more than this medium-term outcomes, my more concern, serious concern is implications, which are very long-term effects of real estate development and management processes. If these implications are positive, definitely our market and all systems will be improved. Implications of real estate development will help to develop the market system, and it makes more quality inputs and quality processes and more quality outputs, and it's a circle. Furthermore, about the implication, long-term implication, long-term consequences of real estate outputs, what we should expect: equal rights, gender equity, satisfactory families, social harmony, ecological balance, sustainability, increased well-being, and developed nation. As we are dreaming to be a developed nations, we should be serious on real estate sector developers, real estate sector contributors, professionals, policymakers, all should seriously understand the implications of real estate development and management process, which definitely makes sure that developed nations. More about real estate sector contribution, I'd like to make your attention on value of smart real estates. We are talking about the smart real estate. Of course, real estate is the land-man relationship that equals to the value. This is the theoretical understanding. Can we achieve this simply? No, it is not. Of course, if we have real estate which equals to human relationship with land and equals to value, we can be happier about the system, about the processes, about the industry. Of course, we can achieve this if we make sure smart real estate that generates positive land-man relationship and value generations. As valuers, as real estate professionals, as policymakers, I invite to understand this relationship and this process. So, of course, this is the story about the smart relationships, smart real estates, and the value of smart real estates. With this background, I would like to point out some recommendations, some conditions. We should ensure land administration and management in the country. It is a very big problem at the moment. Of course, country should make sure quality and affordable infrastructure, which is very problematic, and it is the responsibility of real estate sector. And we have to recognize the needs of middle-income society, and we have to cater for the needs. That is a timely need. We cannot simply forget this. And we have to take this as our prime and first object and very serious responsibility of the real estate sector. And we should make sure to raise the awareness of smart real estate, through which we can make sure the highest and best use of our limited land. We have to educate all citizens of the country about the highest and best use of the limited land through the smart real estate concept. It is also very important and essential, as developed countries has already done, to establish university industry collaborations for research and development, innovations, new products, and system development. Without these innovations, new product, system development, of course, real estate sector cannot perform alone to make sure the smart real estate. So it is not possible. Therefore, university industry collaboration is very, very important. So this is the responsibility of the universities, industries, and the government, all three sectors. Next one is we should make sure the comprehensive evaluation reports, including social and demographic variables aspects regarding real estates. As I mentioned, demographic changes, we have to be really seriously understand how the real estate should be produced in line with the changes of socio-economic and demographic changes or needs. More importantly, it is important to improve ICT capacity, as current generation is moving in the digital world, which reshape the production, delivery, and consumption processes and the culture of work. Finally, I'm sure our responsibility as a nation, we should establish effective social networks that will help people to determine where and how they want to live and work, and nurture families, and so on. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that this ICREMV will be a very successful contributor in promoting smart real estate, which transform middle-income society to high-income society in Sri Lanka. Thank you so much. I wish you all the very best for you for a very productive and very useful conference today and tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.